Raf, we've been following you this morning, but we need to know what is the latest you can share with us.
Well, Katie, Israelis woke up this morning to find their worst nightmares had come true in the form of this massive surprise attack by Palestinian militants from Gaza crossing over the border into Israel. As we speak, Palestinian gunmen are inside Israeli towns, cities, and potentially military bases in the south of Israel. They are fighting running gun battles against Israeli forces on a scale that we have never seen before. As you said, these Palestinian militants crossing over by land, by sea, and by air. And when we say by air, they flew over the Gaza border in paragliders, which, again, something Israel has never seen before. Most alarmingly, the Hamas militant group, which controls Gaza, says it has taken Israelis hostage and it has taken them inside of the Gaza Strip. Now, Israel, as a government, as a people, as a nation, will go to almost any length to get its people back, whether they are alive or whether they are dead. And if it is the case that there are Israelis being held inside of Gaza, the government of Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu may feel he has no choice but to launch a large-scale ground offensive into the Gaza Strip to get those people back. On the numbers, Katie, the Israeli emergency services, some of whom you can see behind me, say that 22 Israelis are confirmed dead. But I can tell you, based on these truly harrowing videos we are seeing on social media, which appear to show the bodies of both Israeli soldiers and civilians, everyone in this country is bracing for a death toll rising higher still. You may be able to see, Katie, a group of Israeli police special forces appear to be going past us here on motorcycles. They are heading south to where these gun battles are continuing between Palestinian gunmen and Israeli forces. This is normally one of the busiest highways in southern Israel. You can see right now it has been closed by Israeli security forces. They are checking every single car that is coming from the south to make sure that there are not more Palestinian gunmen inside trying to head north up to Tel Aviv, towards Jerusalem, towards the northeast. And every few minutes, we are seeing more Israeli reinforcements heading south in the form of special forces. We have seen trucks carrying more of these Iron Dome missile interceptors driving south, trying to stop what has been a barrage of more than 2,000 rockets fired over the course of the day. Now, these rockets have been deadly in and of themselves. We have seen pillars of smoke from Israeli towns, cities all across the south of Israel. But the rockets appear to have been essentially air cover for this ground offensive. And Katie, I just got off the phone with an Israeli official. He says to me, based on what he's seeing, the scale of the fighting, that there are at minimum hundreds of Palestinian gunmen who were involved in this attack. And he says the correct word to use right now is invasion. Israel has not been caught off guard like this since October of 1973, exactly 50 years ago. We are, Katie, just seeing what appear to be some rockets in the sky behind us. The sirens are not going off, so we're good to continue talking to you here. You have to go back to our cameraman is just pointing here to their jets. My camera operator, Dave Copeland, is saying these appear to be Israeli Air Force jets who are already carrying out strikes inside of Gaza. As you said, Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu has declared Israel is a nation at war. Israeli airstrikes inside of Gaza have already begun, but I think it is safe to say that what we are seeing now is just the beginning of what may ultimately be a much, much larger offensive. Katie, just for a little historical context here, you have to go back exactly 50 years to October 6, 1973, when Israel was caught off guard by a combined Egyptian-Syrian invasion. It is known in the history books as the Yom Kippur War. It is an event where people who are old enough to remember it will tell you that they truly feared Israel was going to be wiped off the map. The nation of Israel is not going to be wiped off the map today, but this is a day that feels like it may change Israeli history forever.